Thanks to the Giants' loss last night, America's team is locked into the #1 seed in the NFC, and the road to the Super Bowl goes through Jerry's world. The Cowboys could elect to give their starters some rest, including quarterback Dak Prescott. Stephen A., do you think Tony Romo should get some reps?
Yeah, I do. I must say, I think that it would be a good thing for the Cowboys. I think that Tony Romo needs some rest. We have to preserve Zach. We have to preserve Dak now. We have to make sure that Dak doesn't get hurt. We have to make sure he's 100% healthy for when it plays. I mean, after all, they're the #1 seed, right? And then obviously, you know, the road to the Super Bowl has to go through Big D, right? And we need our star rookie quarterback, our Rookie of the Year candidate, our league MVP candidate. We need him healthy and ready to go for the postseason. So what I would suggest if I were the Cowboys is I think it's important to make sure that the backup is ready to go. Because just like Max said, if I remember correctly, Max, didn't you say this? Well, you don't want to rest them too much because you don't want too much rust to kick in. Well, oh my Lord, I really don't want this to happen, but what if something happens to Dak? And then Tony Romo, Mr. Back Surgery, broken collarbone, and everything else, who hasn't really seen much action in the last year and a half to 2 years. What if Tony Romo doesn't get any reps? What are you going to do? So I just think that it's important that the Dallas Cowboys, you know, put Tony Romo up in there. Put him up in there. Work out the rust. Make sure your backup quarterback is ready to go. I'm just saying, it's just a mere little suggestion from your friendly neighborhood co-host. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Here's the problem. Number one,
nothing more to it.
Everything's going smoothly for the Cowboys. What they don't want right now is to create a quarterback controversy after they put it to bed. That's number one. Number two, if you haven't noticed, Dak has done a pretty good job at staying healthy this year. He doesn't seem injury-prone to me.
All it takes is one play.
I wouldn't want to jinx that guy.
All it takes is one play.
Sure, but for Tony Romo, that's much more likely than for Dak Prescott. In fact, what we have here is a case where you have by far the best backup quarterback in football in Tony Romo. The reason he's a backup is because he can't stay healthy. So the most important thing to do here is actually not keep your starter upright. He's been doing a pretty good job of that. But keeping your backup upright, who has a jacked up back, up and down, by the way, all up and down the back, it's all jacked connected. Up, the backup quarterback. And you need to keep him upright, not Dak Prescott. So actually, which it's the opposite of, you know, most of the time, like, let's rest the starter, let's make sure he doesn't get hurt. No, in this case, you got to rest the backup. Make sure he's not hurt, because should something happen to Dak Prescott, what you actually need is a healthy Tony Romo.
Max Kellerman, you make very valid points. Very eloquent in your soliloquy there.
Yes, little rhyming,
very
too,
touching. Very, very touching. But here's the deal, Max. If you keep Dak Prescott in the game, I won't even say it for you, Max. I'm going to play a song for you. Take it away, guys.
Mediocre team and Big D. That's what makes this funny.
This is for you, Max.
I like it.
You got to worry about this. Listen to this. Do you see this music here? Do you see this video? Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Jerry Jones? You don't want to endanger Dak Prescott. You don't want to do it, Jason Garrett. You got to get Dak Prescott out of there. Play Tony Romo. Because if you don't, this could happen to you.
An accident waiting to happen, eh?
Suddenly, Stephen A. woke up.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying to look out for America's team. I mean, that's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do.
Why'd you guys have to do that to Jerry's mouth? Oh, my goodness. Let's keep going, guys. We got another big game.
Romo. Play Romo.
I want to get into
Why not? You might as well play Romo, Dallas. Give the Giants a better shot.
Can we move on, Stephen A., or do you need to hear a little more? You're good?
No.
Okay.
I think we should go to commercial. playing that video for our fans. That's
Okay.
what I think.
First
it's
one-
appropriate.
It's a good
Okay,
song.
first one more topic, and then maybe we'll bring it back for you if you're
Yes.
nice. Right now you're on the
Maybe,
naughty list.
maybe,
I'll think
maybe.
about it because I run this shit.
Yes, yes,
It'll
yes,
be
my
an
dear.
AFC
You're the
West
boss.
battle in Arrowhead. The Chiefs, if only. The Chiefs can clinch a playoff spot with a win or a Ravens loss. Kansas City has not made the playoffs in consecutive seasons since making it 6 straight seasons from 90 to 95. If the Broncos miss the playoffs, they will be the first defending Super Bowl champions to not make the playoffs since the 2013 Ravens. So the Chiefs have won the last 2 meetings. Will the third time be a charm? Max, will KC end the defending Super Bowl champs season?
Yeah, I think it's likely.
Really?
At Arrowhead, that's a tough place to play.
black hole.
You see the Chiefs, I mean, even after losing, they're 20-4 in their last 24 games. It's the best mark in the NFL, period. They're really tough to beat at home, as I mentioned. They're really tough to beat in the division, undefeated in the division. The Broncos not very good in the division this year. I think the Broncos, as I've said on this show recently, their long-term future is good. I know it sounds funny to say that when it's like, well, the only thing they really need is a quarterback. Isn't that the main thing? Yes, but the defense is in place, and John Elway has shown in the recent past his ability to get a team to the Super Bowl on the offense without a defense, get him back there and win with a defense without an offense. He's a very capable general manager. Not perfect, but very capable. But in terms of this matchup this week and its implications on the season, considering where it's played and the way both teams have looked this year, I like the Chiefs, and I think that's all she wrote for the Broncos.
I agree with you there. I think that's all she wrote. I think that the Denver Broncos' best chance of winning this game would have been if the Chiefs had beaten Tennessee last week. The fact that the Chiefs lost to Tennessee, lost to Marcus Mariota, I think that they're up against the gun right here. They can't jeopardize their postseason aspirations. The Dolphins are on their heel, obviously. The Dolphins are a team to be reckoned with this year. We can't ignore that reality. I definitely think that the Chiefs understand the urgency of the moment. They will respond, and they were going to be up for a game anyway, going up against the reigning defending Super Bowl champions, which is their most heated nemesis from the AFC West in the Denver Broncos. But when you couple that with the level of urgency, when you look at some of the acrimony that's existing within the Denver Broncos locker room, when you think about the fact that their running game is stale, that their defense against the run isn't that much better, you take into account Spencer Ware and what he's capable of doing. Jeremy Maclin is back in the lineup. You've got a 3 tight end set that really gives and is capable of giving Denver's defense the problem, because their secondary is strong against wide receivers outside the numbers, but in between the numbers, it's a little bit more difficult for them to defend. I think you notice all of those things. You put it together, coupled with the game being at Arrowhead Stadium and combining that with the urgency of the moment. I just think this is one of those situations where the Denver Broncos, I just don't see it. Anybody could win, of course, but I'm rolling with the Chiefs. I just don't see how the Broncos could win this game. The Chiefs could beat themselves, but I don't think the Broncos are going to beat them.
With an offensive line that hasn't done the best job this year, and with inexperienced quarterbacks really on this team, the way the Chiefs can pressure the quarterback, maybe the best in the world at that, that's bad news for the Broncos offense. And then the question is, what can the Broncos defense do? I mean, that's the shot in this game. Can you come away +2 in a turnover differential and make that the difference in the game, even as you're getting outplayed in other areas? Because I expect the Chiefs, at the very least, to outplay the Broncos. And so the Broncos are going to have to get a little lucky, I think, to win the game.
I agree with that.
All right, Kansas City favored by 3.5 in that one.